I still have a dream.
Thank you so much for being here, for tuning in yet again to another Friday where we're live from 4 to 6 p.m. Angel to the floor. Welcome back, Angel.
Thank you, thank you. So yeah, I guess I'll talk a little bit more on Born to Rise and the collective that they started. Also, the tattoo studio that they're working from, and how our small experience at the Tahoe convention went about.
So yes, the Born to Rise convention crew went to the Tahoe.
Oh yeah, the Tahoe
Tattoo
convention.
Expo.
Yeah, it was, how would I put it? It was new because for the most part, the studio has just opened. Born to Rise is a collective. Like I said earlier, they started off as a group of members who push together black and gray. Also do script lettering, as you could call it. But for the most part, like I said, the convention was taking place in Tahoe. But the thing was, it was a lot of color, so everybody did a lot of color tattoos, or just, everybody had the mixture of colors. We were the small group that had just black and gray and lettering to say about. Mm-hmm. So, but overall, it was a good experience. We met a couple of people from the Freak Show there, so it was fun. Hopefully later on in the show, or later on in general, we'll have them come here. And I guess Fifi's getting anxious to have her spotlight. Fifi, come in. Here comes Fifi. Yep, she's ready. It's like, you forgot about me, the main host, right? Okay, so now we're beginning, and I guess let's bring out our first guest.
Okay, yeah. Welcome. I appreciate you coming in. I was just telling Angel that the first time I ran into your work was when I was riding my bike by Lincoln Park on like the train area in the valley. Oh, here in Easterly. Oh yeah, on Valley, exactly. And I liked it because it was a brown, thick woman, and she was like very fiercely standing there. It was a really cool piece. I really like your work, and I've seen a lot of progression and stuff.
Nice. Overall,
did we pronounce your name right? How would you
say? Or Sanoizm.
Sanoizm, cool. That's his Instagram name.
Sanoizm, right?
With a Z.
With the Z, so it's SANOIZM. Right?
There you go.
So, for the most part, how would you, I would say,
describe your art.
Describe your art.
Artist.
Yeah.
Describe my art. I'm a multidisciplined urban artist. My base is graffiti since 1983, but I also do acrylic work, paintbrush, whatnot. I do computer graphics and stuff, photography, sculpture, making all kinds of stuff.
Oh, so you're well-rounded in general.
Very well-rounded.
So basically, again, I started painting in '83 after a trip to Japan. I'm originally from Cleveland. So I was inspired by this guy Ranger, but I was motivated by the trip to Japan and that piece that said "Hip Hop Don't Stop." I was 12 years old at the time, so it was like okay, yeah, hip hop is worldwide already. Like I said, I feel that I was influenced really organically, and that I was seeing actual graph, not like stuff in movies or magazines, which would come later. Seeing the how do you say seeing the art form change in terms of commercialism, galleries, even the street level stuff.
Yeah, because I haven't seen that many, how to put it, written stuff. Yeah, I mean, just like as in the crews, putting up a crew, put together, or just individual writers putting up their name. You see it in certain sectors, like because they still want their name to be seen. But you see more artistic pieces, like like a girl, just with a halo or angel wings. More of that. That's more what graffiti is now. You know what I mean? That's what artwork, as in a wall aspects. That's what it's considered. Now, I'd say if you were really good at lettering, forehand. Now you're really good at tattoos because lettering has moved on to skin.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it has leaped from walls to skin.
Yeah. I mean, there's a variety of tools and technology out there, so I think it just, as graffiti artists, we're able to, I guess, exploit any of this new technology and everything, and that's why the popularity of, Instagram or social media and stuff like that. I mean, maybe 10 years ago, I was out in Europe and stuff, Paris and Amsterdam, and I drove from Amsterdam to Paris, and it was just like the whole ride was just like the whole freeway, all the freeways, everything was just smashed up and tagged up and everything. They don't go over each other's piece; they climb over each other's tag.
Yeah, and just to
higher,
not to overlap it, but just to show respect. Like, okay, you were there, now I'm gonna put myself there.
So yeah, it's really interesting. I think what I do in my personal work. Is because I'm kind of predominantly known as a character person, but I do letters, I do portraits, wild styles of 3Ds or whatever. So I think of it as and I do enjoy the tag based stuff and the bonding and all of that stuff. I dig it all. It's just, of course, I kind of just stay in my lane and do my thing. But what I do, like with my characters, is I turn them into letters and stuff. So I try to cross that bridge, where people are like, letters are more important than characters. Oh, okay. Well, what if your characters are letters and they look funky still?
Right.
That's what I'm trying to
push it on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I seen people. Like well-known artists pull off the whole lettering turn into characters, such as a lot of people know I guess, or heard the name Crayola.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He's one of those people that does that kind of effect.
Slick with
and
the hands and stuff.
exactly with the Mickey Mouse hands, right? Because there some people remember them as the Mickey Mouse gloves or so. Yeah, the LA ones. I same with what is it? What's the other one? He does Alex Pardee.
Like I moved out to LA in 2002 and got involved with ICU to Juice.
Okay.
Juice is a nonprofit organization.
Juice. It used to be on, how would I put it? It used to be on Vermont and and I think 8th, right?
To be at that church.
Yeah, exactly. That's where I met most of the people that I guess I came about meeting and actually finding out that some of them were related through heritage, or people that were related to within the sector of my home. Yeah, I mean, just within the block. Like I didn't know. Hey, I met people like Pound from IRY at the time, Sue's, Gems, all the IRYs, so it was a whole transition where I got to meet people from outside of my zone, and then outside my district, or different people say it that way, right? Outside of district, and as well, just getting together with more artists. You know what I mean? It was either you were a sticker artist, you were a bomber, you were a scriber, you were a flare type of person. All of them just joined there, and to hear that you were a part of that, I commend you. You know what I mean? Because I grew up within that group. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Low key, just I worked with Juice for some years, teaching the graph program over there.
Nice.
I did programs through Villa Grossa's Summer Night Lights program.
Okay.
We were doing recreation centers, Pacoima and Hubert Humphrey.
Nice.
So I taught out there. Taught in Philly, Detroit, Cleveland, of course. So, I like that kind of thing too, because you're helping so many people to learn and stuff.
Right.
And
A scholar
grow
yourself.
their own talents and stuff.
That's nice.
So it's important.
So it's nice to meet another scholar. Yeah, I mean somebody that says that I just didn't just teach it. I actually put it into practice. I showed everybody else how to do it, and whatever they did is for the best of it.
Totally.
That's good.
I have students that are my one student and best friend, little brother even. He's designing cars for Hyundai now.
Oh, nice.
So so his styling is pretty off the hook.
And that's a respected respected thing. Yeah, because now you as you said, somebody that used to put it on walls, to seeing it on a computer and having to see somebody that learned from that was just just more of a sign of respect, and at the same time a sign of gratitude, because
totally,
it's a big step from just, hey, I'm gonna draw something on a piece of paper to I'm gonna design it, and everybody's gonna take part of it.
Exactly. Even 10 years ago, I was doing I helped do a line of spray paint called Plutonium G. Nice. So me and my friend Bias, who's that designer, he was at Ford at the time. Him and this guy Caesar was gonna. They wanted to put out this spray paint. They wanted to make a spray paint brand. Brought me on board because my friend was transitioning from Ford to Mazda. Right, and he's going from Detroit to Hiroshima, and this is it's my little brother. He's from East 105th in Cleveland, so we're both from the hood, East Cleveland, East 105, all this stuff. And to go, to get involved with the spray paint and everything. Like I helped name this paint. I was in the color labs with the chemists and stuff.
Nice.
Got hazmat certified. Ground and air, and shipped maybe 150,000 cans to 200 locations all across America and stuff like that. So it was like, wow, we're able to influence on whole other industrial levels too. And I learned a lot about the paint industry. In so many ways too,
Right. So, how I put it, you just didn't use the paint, but you actually went back to the source and said, "Hey, you know what? I'm gonna design my own."
I was quality control.
Good, props,
put it together.
Props. That's nice. Yeah, I mean, when she told me about the artist, I didn't know who I was gonna meet. With what type of knowledge I was gonna come in, learning or just intaking. Yeah, I mean, but for the most part, I'm really impressed that we had you here at the show. Yeah, I mean,
I was just happy to be here.
Right.
Hopefully it was like that. You brought in an OG. I was like,
yeah.
Right. No, that's good. Yeah, I mean,
you were just doing an art show in Oakland too, like this weekend.
Next week, September 1st, we're doing this jean jacket show called Lit in Oakland.
Oh,
so
nice.
I just sent my jacket. I sent 2 jackets off today.
Oh, nice.
So I was just working on it last night.
Check that out, you guys.
Right.
Yeah.
So everybody who's gonna be able to see. I don't know if did we get the flyer or not yet?
Maybe send it to us. We can post it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I
Yeah,
can
that
show
way
it to you.
we can show it to on our next segment. We will have it, as a main thing. Like before we start the show, we got to show where everybody could go if they want to have some good time in Oakland, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's interesting that you said that you share like your techniques or you teach people art. And nowadays we were talking about photography. We hang out with a lot of photographers and artists of all kinds, and they were talking about how sometimes they don't know if they should share their ideas or if they should just like keep their ideas, or like should you collaborate, or how is it that like how does it work, or how do you guys collaborate to where like you can have each other's different kinds of styles but you guys still work together? Either way, you guys influence each other's work, or?
Yeah, you know, I think, I mean, I hear you, you know, I know a lot of artists, you know, are really, I guess maybe, let's say like by and large, I hate to paint, you know, everybody like this, but, you know, by and large, you know, let's say a lot of our artists are kind of introverted maybe, you know, to a certain extent. You know, you want to put the work out there, you don't necessarily want to put yourself out there, you know, especially as graphic writers, you want everybody to see the work, but you don't necessarily want everybody to know who you are, you know.
Right.
But again, you know, like, I guess for me, you know, I've grown through all that stuff. I get it, you know. You know, even reasons why I'm trying to motivate, you know, other folks to, I'm trying to help shortcut folks and help speed up the process of their learning, you know. Maybe, you know, not saying, oh, you have to do it my way, but maybe you'll see something in the way that I do things that you'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I dig that. I like that, you know.
Right. For the most part, when you meet somebody that, you know, that has already done something or succeeded in some way, you know, to better themselves, and they're trying to teach you, it's just like it's somebody showing you, hey, I cleared a path, there's no obstacles, you could either follow the same road or you could, you know, venture on your own way, but still know how to go about it.
Right.
How to go about it, right?
Right.
And it's true. A lot of artists right now are inverted. They feel like due to social media, if they put something out there, it's no longer theirs, due to social guidelines. You know what I mean? Instagram says, if you post a picture on my site, it belongs to me. It doesn't belong to you. You know what I mean? So certain things like that, you know.
Digital thing, I guess.
Yeah, you know I mean, so it's like it's just certain things that, you know, that you don't want to do. Like you said, before, I would state a lot of people were very, very scared of, okay, if I do something on a wall, I don't want to get caught.
Yeah.
Now is, hey, here's some cash. Let me purchase that wall. Let me do a design. Here's the design. Do you like it? If not, I'll just go and move on to do something else.
Right.
Right. And now they know who the artist is. The artist,
Right.
you can post a picture and say, hey, this is me behind the artwork that I did.
Yeah, totally.
But it changes a little bit. What happened?
I was gonna say, so in 5 minutes we'll take a break, I think.
Okay, but
4:30.
right. So it changes a bit. Right? Yeah, I mean,
Right.
it changes the whole notion of what are you comfortable with? Yeah, I mean, now of course, everybody could see who you are.
Right.
I don't know if it was just a joke video or if it was an actual video. Somebody that caught Banksy putting up a work, and she was chasing him with a video camera trying to record him.
Wow.
So it's like, you know,
Right.
it's like it's either or. Like, you have the ability to show who the artist is because you like their work, or the artist has the ability to say, I don't want to go out and do the work.
I invite it.
Right.
I'm like, tag me.
Tag me.
Whatever,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because I'm trying to remove those barriers, you know. Again, I understand that, you know, folks are really, you know, by and large, graph writers especially are really standoffish too, you know. I mean, I put the headphones in and, you know, don't talk to me, I'm busy, you know. I don't care. I'm like, no headphones. I want folks to, you know, come up and talk and comment and have that, you know, discussion and stuff. You know?
No, that's good. All right. Overall, what else would I state? Somebody.
Yeah, I mean,
I can't. I'm lost for words right now. Cause
You know, you know, there was another thing I just wanted to mention, just because it's kind of like, again, nobody knows, you know, so I'm just putting it out there since, you know, you're just here and had the time. But maybe like 94, you know, I was doing airbrush jackets and stuff. I think I sent the Terminator X jacket in for the flicks, but I also did a jacket for Search from Third Base. It led me to do the Searchlight logo for his, you know, Searchlight music logo, which appears on Nas's Illmatic on the liner notes. So it's just like my little 2 cents and stuff. You know?
Nice.
Right. Again, just just little plugs in here.
All right,
and there,
that's good.
you know.
That's good. And definitely, like I said, we are trying to push more artists. This is why we made the show. Progress. We're trying to bring artists into a place where they could talk about their work, not be so scared on who sees it and who doesn't.
Right.
But just be more of themselves within an audience that wants to know about an art form, or just wants to know how somebody can grow from an art form. Right.
True
So
that.
that's what the show is about, the community that we try to bring about, and for the most part, you fit perfect. You're one of those people that
Thank you.
that I'm
Thank you
I'm
guys.
like, it's odd when somebody comes in and I'm usually asking them the questions, telling them, hey, what else, but this time around I'm like, oh, you just kind of answered everything, and I seen your work. I was part of the growing nature of just a learning environment where everybody meets up and says, hey, this is a sketch party. Before it was this is just it's called Juice. It's just a place where you go and talk about graffiti. A black book session, Now it's, hey, let's have a sketch party. Let's have a art night. Let's have a DTLA art walk. I mean, so it's like it grows up. It grows, and to be close to somebody that seen the progression of it. I'm just like, I don't even need to ask you. You seen it. You went through it, and now you're just stating, hey. Now let me teach you how it all happened.
Put it out there, because I might learn something, from showing these, showing folks something. I'll learn something from it. Like, oh, I see, shortcuts. It definitely helped me refine my own, game too. For
No,
sure.
and then I know a lot of younger generations that are just now looking up to that generation, where it's like, I'm looking up to people that are saying, like Norm, Angels Will Rise, those are the big, big things here, what I mean, that just like overcame, the city. And now you have small crews like Love Crew, that are just like coming out there, and it's a younger generation that looked
Our
up to
team
the
crew,
Oh, that's your team crew too?
Yeah, Rockin' the Nation, But
Nice,
I'm also
nice.
CST What Crew, Cleveland Scribe Tribe. We hate all toys.
You see,
Shout out for any hashtags.
hashtags, shout out to everybody.
We're gonna have you next.
Hashtag
luckily,
Cleveland.
Cleveland,
Show us some
you see?
artwork.
Nice. That's really good.
Like, I'm excited to see what he comes up with.
Right,
here in the
and
studio
in the
today.
small time frame that we have, but
Yeah,
hopefully
it's just something simple.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be like crazy.
crazy. No, he doesn't want to brag, but he's gonna leave us with a Picasso work of art. The whole.
Here.
Small
Rock
break
this whole
and-
alley right here.
Right. Oh look, he already did something. No, I'm just kidding.